Hey guys, it's Aaron, your personal coach. Welcome to Motivational Monday, number 23. Today I thought I'd have some great content and I wanted to help motivate you towards inconsistencies, right? 2 decades in the fitness industry. The biggest problem I find with clients or people that I'm coaching is inconsistency. People cannot be consistent enough to get a good result. They fall off the wagon. Right. So the consistency means the mindset. It means so many things, and it means something a bit different for every individual. So the question I want to ask today is, why are we so weak inside? Why are we so weak inside that we can't be consistent enough? Right. There's a number of reasons. As I said, everyone works a bit differently. But, I find a lot of people are either, if they're on a program, they're being good, all of a sudden, I've got to be good, right? Like that sort of thought process, I've got to be good, right? It leads to inconsistency, right? Because you tell yourself, I've got to be good. You don't got to be good. You got to stay good. You got to stay good. You got to stay consistent. So I find a lot of people say, oh, I'm just getting back into it, right? So you got to ask yourself, why are you getting back into it? Like, why did you fall off the wagon? Why, what broke your good habits and your motivation? So many people I see fall off the wagon, right? They fall short of that 28 days, right? 28 days to make obviously a neurological change and 12 weeks to get a result. People are falling short. So 2 things I hear a lot is, I've got to be good, or I'm getting back into it, right? They're the things you don't want to hear as a coach, right? It's what you want to hear as a coach, that I've been super consistent for 12 weeks and I've got a good result, right? That's the main outcome. That's what we want to achieve. So inconsistency, it leads to no adaptions, right? If our nutrition is super good for say 2 weeks, and then we have 1 week bad, and then we go back to another 2 weeks super good, and it could be 2 weeks bad, etc., etc., is a pattern that I see very, very regularly with a lot of people, right? So breaking patterns is important. Inconsistency, as I said, it leads to no adaptions. If we're not adapting to a nutrition program, exercise program, right, we create those inconsistencies that are not going to get us the best result possible, right? Which can lead to hormone deficiencies and long-term metabolic breakdowns as well, which we don't want, right? Because it's going to make it a lot tougher. I don't know how many times I've heard people say, I've tried everything. Yeah, nothing works. Is exactly for these reasons, these inconsistent reasons that people fall off. 2 weeks, they're being good, and then a week bad, and then I'm getting back into it, right? These are it's the mindset that we think, right, that creates a weakness, right, of inconsistency. And we need to break that. So what I want to do, I want to give you 5 top, what ifs, right? Number 1, what if instead of heading home after work, we went to the gym, right? We just had our gym gear and we go, right, this is non-negotiable. I'm going to the gym today, or I'm going to do some exercise after work. Right, it's not negotiable, even though it doesn't matter how tired we are. If we're hungry, whatever, we go and get it done, right? So we need to create a lot more non-negotiables in our lives, right, to create that consistency, right? So what if instead of reaching for that cake or coffee in the afternoon, you went for a piece of fruit and a bottle of water, right? If you told yourself every day, right, instead of that coffee and cake, I'm going to go for a piece of fruit and water. It's not negotiable. If you told yourself that, imagine the difference that would make, the impact that would make, and you kept the consistency of that for 12 weeks. It would make a massive difference, huge, right? You're probably going to lose about anywhere from 500 to 700 calories a day just from that. So that's going to play a big difference. It's what if instead of getting a takeaway, you go, oh, too tired to cook tonight, might just get a takeaway. It's what if you cooked your favorite food, your favorite meal, right? You made it a little bit more exciting and something that so maybe you did a little bit of work on the recipe, some research, and you got the ingredients, right? And you go, right, tonight I'm going to cook my favorite meal. It's what if you did that consistently, right? So what if instead of having that extra 20 minutes sleep in the morning, you decided to get up and do a 20-minute walk, right? It's not every day, but just say 2 to 3 times a week. On the weekend, it could be even a bit of a longer walks. What if, right? If you get up and walk in the morning, it's the best time to burn fat, right? So most of my weight loss clients that I have on my program, it's essential they walk every day. 20 minutes are minimum, right? That's going to have a huge impact. And if you could keep that consistent for 12 weeks, that's going to see the biggest difference and have the biggest impact. Right. So what if, listen to this one. What if instead of watching Netflix at night, say it's 8 or 9 o'clock, and you go, what can I do? I'll put the telly on. I'll put a movie on. Right. So what if you put a 10-minute meditation on and you went to bed at 10 o'clock? Do you know that would have a huge impact? A huge impact if you could do that consistently. Right? Imagine if you could do that 6 nights a week. Right, in bed before 10 o'clock, right? It's no Netflix, a quick 10-minute meditation, right? It's a good at medication as well. Just relaxing and breathing and then go to bed, peacefully. That would be really big impact consistently. So they're my 5 top what ifs for today. Another one is I've thought of, it's called a meditational loop. Right, so it's a loop that we create in our mind, right? So what if number 1 up here was the thoughts, down here we got consistency, and then we've got a reward, right? So this is going to help keep you consistent and motivated, right? Our thoughts are our goals, right? So what do we want to achieve? If it's like weight loss, if it's like fitness, if it's strength, etc., right? Like, what is it we want to achieve? We can picture that goal, get that goal in the front of your mind and visualize it every day. The consistency would be the consistency of thinking about the goal, the consistency of all the things I just spoke about, exercise and nutrition. And then you've got to have a reward, right? It might be a daily reward, okay, which I wouldn't suggest that be food. It could be a weekly reward, right? That could be, okay, I'm going to have 1 cheat meal a week, if it's pizza, whatever that you enjoy. Or it could be a monthly or even a quarterly reward. This is what we really need to think about, right? So what are we going to reward ourselves with once we've achieved that consistency and goal, right? So it's not breaking the inconsistency. So what it's doing is help keeping your motivation and your passion towards that goal, right? So people have 2 weeks good and they come off for a week, right? You just have, say, 1 meal. So it's keeping you satisfied and not starving you from the things that you enjoy or the things that you love, right? So these are 3 top things: your thoughts, consistency, and the reward. What's your reward going to be? We need to have a reward. At the end of the day, everyone does. Otherwise, after 2, 4, 6 weeks, right, we're going to fall off that wagon. So if we can just give ourselves these small things to reward ourselves and make us feel like we're still getting something that we need, right? Because the pattern gets broken when we feel like we're starved or we're caged, and so we get sick of it, right? We get sick of things very quickly. Exercise, right? We get sick of it. Okay, obviously nutrition, we get sick of it. Okay, going to bed every night at 10 o'clock, we get sick of it, right? So obviously we need a bit of excitement and fun. So that excitement and fun is going to come from a reward, right? To keep us on track. Just 1 small reward, if it's weekly or monthly or quarterly, it could be all 3. But just when you think about some goals, think about, right, so what am I going to reward myself with once I've completed that? That's my motivational Monday, episode number 23. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a great week, and I'll be seeing you very shortly.